What's up, everyone? It's Tech Trooper 64, and today I have some very valuable information regarding the Nintendo NX. Now, I've actually known this information for 2 days now, and the reason why I was holding myself off from telling anyone is because I started speaking to a developer who I can't say the name of. I can't say which company he or she represents. I can't say anything like that. All I can say is that they told me a couple things about the Nintendo NX. They have a dev kit. They are a very reliable source. They've been working with Nintendo for almost 10 years now, and they are very reliable, and I know I can count on them for this, I guess, leaks of stuff. So anyways, I have my notes here. I can't show any pictures of the conversation that I had with this person because of risks of revealing who they are. I could, of course, blank out their name and their picture, but again, I do not want to disturb the trust between me and this person. So I'm not, for the safety of all of us, I'm not going to do it. You can believe it or you don't want to. It's okay. If you really want to, take it with a grain of salt. Of course, maybe it could happen, maybe it couldn't, who knows, but I really believe it a lot because this is a very, very trustworthy developer. Anyway, so let's get to the point. So, the first thing is that Nintendo will be revealing the Nintendo NX in September. My source confirmed. What I did was that I asked him if he had a dev kit, and he said he couldn't answer until September passes. So I'm assuming that's when Nintendo is going to reveal the NX, and I think that's obvious. Next thing is that the Nintendo NX will be for people who want a new and fresh experience. He goes on to say that everyone who enjoyed the new and fresh ideas that came with the Nintendo DS's dual screens will really, really like the Nintendo NX console. Nintendo has not given any specs to any developers. They have just given the dev kit and, well, the facts of making games for it. The next point is that the Nintendo NX is not competing with PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in terms of a power level, in terms of specs and all that. My source says that the NX is perfect for a series like Animal Crossing. I don't really know exactly what he means by that, but more on that later. The next point he says is that the initial reactions that he saw from other developers and himself was that they were all confused about the idea or gimmick around the Nintendo NX when they first saw it, but then when they first experienced it, they thought it was super awesome and super cool and epic, and it has, he says, quote, a Nintendo Wonder touch to it, so something only Nintendo could come up with. It's something that has never before been done or seen before, and Nintendo is trying to use this feedback from developers instead of getting that weird-looking, confusing feeling from developers and people who will first see it for the first time. They're trying to change that to something like they'll understand right away without trying it or seeing someone try it. But it'll still be fun regardless when you try it. The next point is that the Nintendo NX is an idea or lots of ideas that will redefine things that we see in games, how we get games, possibly how we buy them and stuff, and how we see games. I don't know exactly what he means by that, but maybe you guys can let me know in the comments down below. Okay, Nintendo wants to save the gaming industry with the Nintendo NX. Apparently, he says that the gaming industry is now in a really rough spot, and Nintendo wants to fix it somehow. Nintendo looks confusing. The Nintendo NX at first looks very confusing, but is fun and amazing after experiencing it. So yeah, let's move on. The next point, he says, Nintendo knows people want more third-party ports and support on their console, so they're working towards getting this. Nintendo NX will be strictly first-party games at launch, but with some third-party games here and there. However, my source does go on to say that this idea might change. So there might be some third-party games more ahead at launch, but there will be a lot of first-party support is what they're trying to say. He says, though, real third-party support, whatever that means, that could mean a whole bunch of third-party support or like real good ports of third-party games, will come in summer of 2017. So about maybe a month or two after the launch of the NX. But again, this might change, and some of these real third-party support titles will come for the launch of the NX, but nothing's confirmed so far. Ubisoft, however, he doesn't work for Ubisoft. Before anybody gets ideas, this person doesn't work for Ubisoft. He's just describing what the developers from Ubisoft reacted when they saw the NX. Ubisoft seems to love the Nintendo NX apparently, and is adding a lot of features that were added to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for their game Watch Dogs 2. So this kind of confirms that Watch Dogs 2 is heading to the Nintendo NX, and apparently will have features that were added similar to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. The next point is that people won't understand Nintendo NX on paper or in writing or if someone told you about it. The only way people would really understand Nintendo NX, and this is his own opinion, is if you need to see someone experience it or experience it for yourself. So that's an interesting point. But again, Nintendo is trying to fix that so you don't have to experience it. You can just see it from the get-go. Moving on. Maybe in September at the reveal, people will understand a little bit better. Nintendo NX will have different launch bundles, similar to how the Wii U had the basic edition, the deluxe edition. He goes on to say that this is, by the way, just guessing. This is him guessing. Like, he can confirm that there's multiple versions that you can buy at launch, but like multiple options of the same product, but he doesn't know exactly how many there will be. He's guessing around 2 to 3. But something else that he goes on to mention is that a difference that might be between the bundles is that the bundles might include more hard drive space and more accessories, blah, blah, blah. You know how it is. Like, maybe one will be 500 gigabytes, one will be 250 gigabytes, stuff like that. He didn't say that specifically or anything. It's not specifics. He's just, giving reasons and stuff. He's just guessing based on what the developers were told, so he can't confirm this either. Next, he says Wii U releases that we've been hearing, like Splatoon and Mario Maker and all these games being remastered for the NX, might actually happen, but he's not sure 100%. However, if that does happen, they did speak about they might implement that if you sign in with your Nintendo Network ID that you did with the Wii U games that you bought your account with, or if you played with your account on that Wii U game, you will get that game for a discounted price, which is cool, of course. But again, he's hopeful, but he's guessing on that one as well. This next point is interesting. It says how the Wii U and the Nintendo NX will be able to play and connect with each other, but he didn't tell me anything further than that. Also, he talked about the latest handheld patent that was released online, and he says that this is probably something that Nintendo's not really considering because of, and he puts quotations, the reason for it is that apparently there's new standards that the company will have, and he didn't go into specifics, but he's saying that it's probably not going to happen for that reason. And he also says, he's not saying the patent is dead or anything, but he's saying that, and he also points out, notice that the patent didn't include any L and R or plus or minus buttons at all on the patent. So yeah, think about that for a second. Which, now that I'm reading this, I'm kind of having an idea what the NX is, sort of. Anyway, the 17th point is that he's pretty sure that Animal Crossing will be a launch title. He says he'd be surprised if there wasn't an Animal Crossing title. The reason why he says that is because Animal Crossing explains the best what NX is, what it does, and the easiest way to explain it so people can understand. The 19th point is that he twice mentions in the discussion we were having that the NX will have a display or a screen of some sort. He didn't go into any more specifics than that. That's when he started, that's when he cut the conversation with us, and I haven't spoken to him since. But anyways, so what do you guys think about all of this information? Now, the title for this video and the screenshot and the thumbnail will be very, very clickbaity. And the reason why is because I want people to really, really consider this insider information. I trust this guy, and I think you guys should too. This is Tech Trooper 64 signing off. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, peace. Take care. And don't forget to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more NX news. See you guys next time.